Hey, welcome to King Benny's Football Picks. Going to recap this past weekend's action, see how we did. It was another mixed bag for me. Ended up going 500. First of all, on the college front, UNLV Friday night was getting 11.5 points to Air Force, and they lost by 6 at home, so that was a good one. The UC Bearcats, I was really thinking that they were going to take advantage, getting points on the road. I thought they were going to take it to Temple, and that was one of the more ridiculous finishes to a game I've ever seen. They had it totally in the bag. They were going to win outright, and then they just totally blew it. A couple turnovers they weren't able to make anything out of. They ended up losing by a touchdown, so I lost that one. Maryland, there was some favorable line movement at Iowa. And they were getting 10 points on the road. But sometimes even when the lines move, it's just fool's gold, and they got creamed 23-0. So lost that one. Michigan Wolverines, Big Blues looking good. They still are. They were laying 7 points, and you would think that this could be a tough one on the road at Sparty, that they would at least cover, but they didn't. Michigan's for real. They won by 2 touchdowns, so got that one right. Buffalo at Toledo. This was a pick 'em, and I took Buffalo, and they were down early. Really rallied late. Ended up winning handily, 31-17. So I got that one right. Virginia at Duke was getting 7 points, and they won by 2 touchdowns. So there you go. Buckeyes. Okay. The Buckeyes are good pretty much every year to lose a road game that's at night. I thought that the wake-up call against Indiana would have set the ship straight, and they would have been scared into playing a great game on the road at night to a team that they were laying, over a dozen points to. They were laying 13.5, and they got absolutely obliterated 49-20. So there it is for the Bucks. They're good for one of those every year. Unfortunately, I picked them one of the few weeks I did, and they disappointed. UCLA was laying 7.5 to Arizona at home, and they were only able to win by a point. So in the nightcap, that didn't cover. And then the Red Hawks of Miami were getting 8 points at Army, and they lost by 1. So that was college. Went 5-4 on college. Not too bad. And I would need it because Sunday for the second week in a row was the lesser of the 2 days. I took Tennessee getting 6.5 at the Chargers, which is actually in London on that Sunday morning tilt, and they lost by a point. So they covered. That was nice. They could have actually won the game. But to watch that, I was really hoping for what happened, which it didn't even go into overtime, and we were done with it. Chicago was getting 3 at New England, and I thought that, or no, actually they were hosting New England, so I figured being at Soldier Field and the home dog, you like that. And I think Chicago is pretty decent this year, but they lost by a touchdown, so lost that one. Buffalo and Indy. There was, getting 7.5, a little over a touchdown at Indy. Thought Buffalo might take advantage of that. They didn't. They lost by 32 points, so got that one wrong. Minnesota laying 3 at the Jets. Got this one right. They ended up winning by 20 handily, so the Darnold magic was going to wane a little bit once they ran into the teeth of Mike Zimmer's defense. So lucky to get that one right. New Orleans at Baltimore. That was a fun one. Justin Turner missed that. As a Bengals fan, I love seeing Baltimore lose. And since they were getting 2.5 anyway, that was fine. But that was a crazy wild ending that if he'd have made that and it got to OT, who knows what could have happened. So sometimes you're lucky to get those. Dallas getting 1.5 at Washington. They lost by a field goal. Go figure. And then San Francisco, I actually changed this. I took that line had gone from 10 and it was down to like 8 or 8.5. So I thought I was getting a value, taking the Niners with hosting the Rams. But I think that the Rams are really just that good. They won by 29 points. So you look for the sharp money. you look for it to see where the line is moving, especially when it's moving against the public betting. But sharps can be wrong too. So that could have just been some big Frisco fans, putting a load down on there enough to move that line. Doesn't mean they're always going to be right. So yeah, keep that in mind. And actually, that was the pick that I made. I had originally made tonight's pick in this game. Looks like it's really up for grabs. 5.5. The Giants getting 5.5 at Atlanta. Who knows? So anyway, I went 3-4 on the NFL, 5-4 on college. Even split on the weekend. Puts my total to 66, 52, and 3. So that's where we stand. Keep an eye out for the picks for this coming up week. And as always, enjoy them and good luck.